Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, friends. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight is the senior senator from the great state of Massachusetts and a former presidential candidate. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Gonna see some rain.
Senator, I was saying to you over there, it seems like old times. We've had far too many conversations about the state of America and a Trump regime. But I love talking to you because you're a great explainer. You have great love of the country, and you fuel it with a good dollop of righteous anger about people who abuse their office. So let's get straight into this.
Okay.
Trump has been in office for 86 days.
Yeah, I've heard.
He hasn't signed he hasn't signed many bills into law, but he's managed to sow chaos with executive orders and this sort of made-up agency called DOGE, which isn't even a real thing. It's just handed power to some unelected billionaire. Is this what you expected? And if so, did you expect this much and this fast?
So it is not what I expected. It is worse. And worse because let's just remember where we were. Donald Trump ran for president saying over and over and over, I will cut costs for American families on day one. On day one. Those were his words over and over. So he's, after he's a few weeks in, he's doing this tariff thing, and people say to him, someone says to him, you realize that's going to raise costs on American consumers. And his words were that he couldn't care less. So why, but they've got a plan here. And the plan is Donald Trump and his co-president, Elon Musk, the guy with the chainsaw, what their plan is they want to make sure that billionaires get more tax giveaways, more out of this country, and they want to pay for it on the backs of cutting access to Social Security for seniors. They want to pay for it on the backs of little babies losing access to their health care, breaking our promises to our veterans, and just cutting as much of the VA as they can, and on the backs of doing what they can to break our public schools. So this is a moment, and then they layer on top of all of this what's going on with tariffs, which are going to drive up costs and increase unemployment. Many on Wall Street, many economists saying we're already headed into recession. So I see this as a moment where all of us, we have a choice. You can see this is like so bad, so much worse than we thought. We can cover our heads with a blanket and just hope it all goes away, or we can fight back. And me, I'm fighting back. That's what it is. That's the deal. You bet. Yeah.
That's a hopeful thing to do, a hopeful thing to hear, because this in some ways, this doesn't feel like abuse of office so much as it seems like some form of active destruction of our country for purposes that I don't understand. Can you understand why he wants to be popular? So why would he want to tank the market? Why would he want to take away benefits of Social Security? Why would he want to tank Medicare and Medicaid? Why all those things? What's behind the game plan?
So you know who he really wants to be popular with? The people he respects. And you know who that is? It's the billionaires. Those are the folks. And so what's he doing? He is driving this country toward, and Congress is going right along. Those Republicans in the House and the Senate are just inch at a time and hoping nobody's noticing, moving forward their budget that will be giant giveaways to billionaires and billionaire corporations. And they got to find some way to try to balance that out at least a little bit, and that's why the cuts to everyone else.
Do none of those people understand that at a certain point you will actually undercut the actual structure that allows them to live the lives that they do? If you destroy the United States, all the money in the world isn't going to help them.
Look, their view about this is they live behind the gates, And they live with people who say to them over and over and over, Stephen, yes, oh, so smart, so brilliant, you got it just right. And
We
reality,
say like you're perfect in every way, things like that. Kind of like
actually,
that.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But the whole point is reality then intrudes on what's happening. And the reality right now is that two things are happening at once. The cuts are starting to hit. They're starting to hit veterans. They're starting to hit seniors. They're starting to hit our public schools. And people are starting to fight back. People are starting to say, no more of this. They're coming.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed. We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more. Senator Elizabeth Warren, everybody. Stick around.